This is what Ruby Bay looks like in winter. And there's a few supboard riders out there. If you squint your eyes, you just might see them there off the point. It's Port Nelson over there, and you can see the city bathing in the last sun of the day. Township of Richmond, just behind Rabbit Island there as I pan across. You can see all the pine trees of Rabbit Island. This is a little township here of Ruby Bay. And next to that, round the corner, is Mapua. That's where I sort of grew up, partly. Went back and forward over the years. It's bloody beautiful, isn't it? New Zealand's a beautiful place. I stop often when I'm driving around and just go, this is heaven. This is like paradise. There's no place like it on the planet. You know, I've done a lot of travelling around the world. I've never known a place like it. We get like amazing changes throughout our country as you go through the country. It's changed. Look, like one place can be like snow, freezing cold, and then suddenly you're bathing in the sun, and Nelson gets a lot of sun. Anyway, I'm heading down to my boat right now. I forgot the combination lock for my dinghy, and I couldn't open it. I was going to have to cut it. And the bloke I bought it off, I rang him up and said, hey mate, Brian, his name's today, I've forgotten the combination. Can you remember? He goes, yeah. And bang, straight off the top of his head. So we're going to head on down there now and unlock the dinghy and then go out to the boat. Going past Pine Hill Domain and heading into Ruby Bay, or Mapua. This is actually Ruby Bay Township here. I've got one of the most shit memories of anybody I know. So many people that I talk to and meet, they go, mate, you forgot my name. Because I'll be talking away trying to remember it, and I'll try and think of something to say to remember their name. Like, what was your last name again? And they'll pick me up. And yeah man, you got me, and I just can't remember your name. My memory's so bad that my friend, one of my friends, she's got dementia. She's a huntress. About 4 years ago she made it public to everybody that she had dementia, and I go and stay with her, and she has to remind me of things that I can't remember. Or we'd go hunting the next day, I'd say, oh, where was that place again? And she'll go, well, it was up the left branch and blah 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 blah. You remember? I go, no I don't. I can't even remember what I had for breakfast yesterday. I've got a shit memory. It's terrible. Maybe it was all the electric broccoli I had when I was a kid. I smoked. Well, I say a kid, when I was a teenager. I don't know, I've just got a terrible memory. It's one of those things, they reckon that you can actually train yourself to have a good memory, and there's all these exercises you can do. I just can't remember what they are. Anyway, we're heading into Mapua now. Down to the boat, as I fondly call her, the bucket of hairy arseholes. I did have it for sale sign, but I've taken it off because I'm right now thinking about maybe I'll just keep it. I don't know. It's very hard to let it go. It's like an old friend. We'll think about it. Maybe I will still sell it. I don't know yet. Got to slow right down here. This is a school bus. It's 20k passing a school bus is the law, I think. Well, we're probably doing a bit faster than that right now. We better slow down more. And pulling into Mapua. Seems like the roadwork's been going on for ages here. And in front of us, that's the main township there. Got tennis courts on the side here. Got the pub, Sprig and Fern, on the right hand side further up. Service station. A little country town. A little rural sort of town. Well, not anymore, it used to be, but it's sort of had a lot of yuppies move in, a lot of people from around, and become much bigger. It used to be very quaint and small, so I guess you can't really call it a rural town. I call it like a seaside village. This main road we're driving down now, which is the main road of Mapua, is known as Aranui Road. Straight ahead there's the wharf, and there's a lot of shops and stuff down there. Awesome place. I'm going to turn right here onto Tahi Street to go to Grossie Point. Once again, all the oyster catchers getting all the worms off the paddock after the rain. And here we have it, my beloved Grossie Point. I've spent many hours down here. So has my father, for that matter. Beautiful spot in the world. And there's my tin boat, the one that I forgot the combination lock. I see some blankets over there too. Someone's put some blankets down there. Maybe they stayed the night. There's my boat. Very keen. I'd like to be able to tolerate that sort of cold. Man, woolen hat's a good idea. Anyway, she's beautiful down here. This has got wheels on this boat, so it's quite easy to pull. Actually be a really good night to get flounder. How's clear is the water looking? Oh, yeah, no, visibility's not that flash. Isn't that beautiful? Just an amazing place. Right, we'll head on out to the boat. She looks nice out there, doesn't she? Needs a bit more paint on it still. There's something very, I won't say romantic, but rustic's the word I'm looking for. I'm not a very romantic person. I don't write love songs. I'm a songwriter, but the only love song I ever really wrote was about my truck. Enjoyed a Land Cruiser. That was a love song. Pulling out of my local boozer in my Toyota Land Cruiser. She's a bloody doozer. Gets me where I need to go. Well, she may be well outdated, naturally aspirated, but she never leaves me frustrated. Man, she sure can tow. Most me hunting mates, they drive new utes. My old truck is a bloody beaut. The bits fall off, I just don't care. That old truck takes me everywhere. I met a girl from Mottawaka. She was a real heartbreaker. I took her on a romantic date, eating fish and chips by the Glen. But she said me truck was smelly, and the hard ride upset her belly. Needless to say, I won't be taking her out again. There's a lot more to the song than that, but you don't really want to hear it. Just search Clay Tolstoy's Toyota Land Cruiser. The other love song I wrote was about my chainsaw. The song's called, I think it's called Cut the Bastard Down. So I used to have this chainsaw, a steel chainsaw, and I don't know about you blokes, but chainsaws are kind of like, they're a living thing. I mean, they're just a motor with a bar and a big cutting chain on it, but there's something special about a chainsaw. And I reckon you shouldn't mean to chainsaw to another bloke. Yes, I've done that quite a few times, broken that rule. My mate Simon got my chainsaw when it was brand new in the box. I guess it comes down to trust, really, don't it? You don't just give your chainsaw to somebody who's doesn't know anything about chainsaws, because they're just a simple thing like sharpening the bloody thing. Someone doesn't know how to sharpen a chainsaw, you get it back all blunt. Us men and our mechanical things, we're a bit funny, and I guess I feel that way about me, my launch. She's an old girl. Originally, it was built by some Italians in Wellington, used as a crayfish boat. And then after that, the bloke that used to be on the mainland cheese ad, I don't know if you guys remember that in New Zealand, there's two guys, a small guy, a short guy and a tall guy. Well, the small guy, he owned it. I talked to his son the other day. They said they have it for 30 years and they use it for building houses in the Sounds. One time they had it on the hard and it rolled over and crushed his old man's pelvis that owned it. He's got bolts in his pelvis today holding together. Anyway, Foamy was kind of interested in maybe buying it. He said he would have bought it off me, but he just bought a boat that same day. And after him, an engineer had it. It sunk 7 times in its lifetime. Hasn't sunk since I've had it. We're getting close to it now. An engineer had it for a while. I think he actually bought it off the bottom of the ocean for 17 grand. And then it went to Willie. It deteriorated after a while, and Willie, yeah mate, I'm coming over. Willie completely redid the whole thing up. He spent, I think it was 2.5 years every day working on it. And he did everything, all the caulking and the top. She's a beaut though, she's a bloody cracker, it really is. And Willie also completely redid the engine, put brand new sleeves in it, fully reconditioned the engine. Anyway, she needs a wee bit of work still, but she's a pretty good boat. And for 5 grand, I was going to give it away. Nobody was. I'm surprised it didn't sell actually. Kind of glad it didn't. It hasn't been out here for ages. It's not taking on any water now. Well, I don't think it is. It used to take on a bit, but we'll find out when we get on board. But I'm pretty sure she's doing pretty good. Still got the paper on the side where we put the line in. So we've anti-fouled it. And done a little bit of work on the electrics inside, bit more to do. Anyway, I'll stop yakking, we'll go aboard. Wow, how about that for a view off the back of the boat? Just beautiful. Majestic. Just bloody beautiful. Sun just about to go down. Some kid over there across the point get round on tiny wee 2-stroke motorbike, having a shitload of fun. Oh mate, I can remember that age having a motorbike. There he goes. I didn't actually have one. I borrowed my mate's. Mike's boat's still sitting there. He's going to take it out soon. That factory's where they do the fertiliser, I think, or it could be the MDF plant, I'm not sure. It's one of the two. That's Richmond behind it over there. And you can see where a fish has just risen up and gone back down. There'll be a few fish coming up here right now. Flounder come up in here, kahawai. Summertime we get kingfish, snapper, they come up too. Lots of herrings, yellow-eyed mullet. And in the background you can see the spoonbills. Oh, he's having a lot of fun. He's getting wet. How are we doing in here? Oh, she's a bit messy, a bit muddy on the floor. I've got this here up. This is a solar panel charging the bilge pump battery down here. That's the solar panel there, the unit that comes out and goes into the battery. Actually, that's been charging the main battery for the starting the engine, not the other one that does the pump. So the old solar panel is keeping that good. She's 13 volts over that there. Oh, that's really, really good. That's my bilge pump battery. It wasn't a new one, and it has had nothing charging it, and it's like at 12.5. That means the bilge pump's just not going. She's not taking any water. It was about that when I left about 10 days ago. That's brilliant. And this here's my second bilge pump battery. There's another bilge pump down there as a backup, and it's about 12.5 or just under. And that's got a wee cheap from Repco, a little solar panel going out there charging all the time, but I don't think it's charging much. This being the main bilge pump, I just want to keep the solar panel on this now. That'll increase its power. It's almost a crime to start the engine, it's so peaceful out here. Do I really want to? Do I want to crank her up? I suppose I got to really. Like to run it every week or two, just to make sure she's all tickety-boo. That's the gear stick there. Gears are down under here. Now we'll kick in the guts, we'll give it a bit of tit, and see how she goes. Well, how cool is that, eh? White heron. How cool's that? G'day mate, how you going? That's a beautiful bird right there, beautiful. Not too many of them around either, the white heron, pretty rare really. Right next to me on the mooring down the way, that belongs to Bill, that mooring. Bill's going to buy this boat. Anyway, lovely to see a white heron here. Lovely. Duffield 345, beautiful engine, made in the 50s. They only made them for 5 years. They made that size one and one a little bit bigger. Beautiful engine, runs just so nice. I hate to put some zinc anodes on this because there's a little bit of electrolysis goes on as the water goes out, so the old rudder's starting to disappear in places. I might have to put a new one on soon, so I've got to do that. Anyway, we'll let it run for a while and then we'll pedal back in. We're all tickety-boo out here. Then mate Blair put the isolating switch on here. It's a bloody good idea, save your battery. We'll shut it down with decompression here. Quietens it down, nice. Oh, there she goes. She's really a lovely old girl, I like her. Some people say she's a shit boat, but they might be right, but I like it anyway. Beats having a boat trailer, doesn't it? Someone's flying to Wellington for a good time. And there's the big bugger, flying real high. Imagine if we could go back just 500 years ago, what people would think if they saw that in the sky. They would probably think it's some sort of a god. Oh, the sun's gone down, and old mate is over there now. Just one solitary white heron. I wonder if he's got a mate, or she's got a mate somewhere. Well, it's Friday night, and if you're one of my patrons, you'll be watching this. Will come out later on public. I want to thank my patrons too, and think about joining my Patreon if you want to support the channel, if you enjoy the work I do. I do a lot of work. It's never ending really. Tomorrow I'm taking boys out, boys without dads, or one without a dad. Possibly pick them up, and another couple as well, probably 3. And Damo will become probably a full house tomorrow. It's all depending on the weather dependent. There's a lot of dark cloud over there right now. She looks pretty yucky. We'll see what the weather's doing in the morning. If not tomorrow, we'll get out Sunday. This is today's vlog off the phone, unedited. For you guys, I hope you enjoyed it. A little snapshot of my life. Be good, or at least try and be good. I know it's pretty hard to be good. And if you can't be good, be careful. And I mean that. See you later.